Hey everyone, Charles here at eTrailer, and today we're taking a look at the Malone Pilot roof-mounted bike rack on the 2020 Chevrolet Equinox. So this bike rack is going to let you carry weights up to 33 pounds, and it is going to be a front wheel mount, which is going to be my favorite type of mounting option for your bikes because you don't have to clamp anything down to the frame, so it's perfect for your carbon frame bikes and just a lot of different shaped and wheel size bikes. So we're going to have three attachment points, the front wheel mount and then a strap on each tire. The construction is made out of aluminum and steel, so it is going to be very durable, last a long time, and be rust-free and corrosion resistant as well. Over here on the cradles, you can see how our thin tire is sitting. There is a groove for your thin tire bikes. On the inside, a little bit higher, it's going to accommodate your standard tire sizes, 3¼ inches, and then all the way up to 4½ inches for your fatter tires. Just keep in mind, not a lot of fat tire bikes are going to be able to be underneath 33 pounds, but that's a nice option if you can find one of those. I would say my biggest gripe about this rack is how high you have to reach to be able to actually lock it into place. It is barely high enough for me to clear the height of the tire and still be able to pull down on this. But you can get a little monkey step that attaches on this hook on the inside of your car if that's not a problem for you. All right, so to dismount the bike, just keep in mind again, I am 6 foot tall on this 2020 Chevrolet Equinox. I am going to stand up on the side here and I'm going to undo the straps first and get them out of the way. Then keeping one hand on the frame, I am going to push on this lock core right here, which is really cool, by the way. You just lock it into place. You don't have to worry about anybody stealing your bike unless they unscrew it from the bottom and take the whole rack. But anyway, we're just going to push on this, pull up, making sure you have a good grip on this. As you can see, it just all the weight's on you. Swing that back down, and now we are okay to take this bike off. All right, so overall, this is going to do its job, getting your bike to and from your destination safely. If you want something that has a little bit more premium features and it's a little bit easier to load on there, check out the Yakima front loader. It'll also handle a little bit more weight, just depending on the crossbar spread. But overall, it's a solid choice. To begin the installation, we're going to start with dry fitting our bike on here. Since the cradles move, I think it's just going to be easier to do it on the ground instead of on the roof with the bike. Slide that. That's the fit I want. So now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten the cradle down. So where do I want it? And now we just have our brackets. The 2 short bolts are going to go in the rear plate, and then these 4 long bolts are going to go in the front plate. You can see these 4 notches here on the base plate, and that is just going to depend on the width of your crossbars. For our Aero style, we are going to use the ones on the end. Don't forget to bring a towel so that you don't accidentally drop any of the hardware and damage your paint job. I'm going to drop the bolts in. And then this bracket. I'm going to do one side at a time, it'd be much easier. Washer, and then the wing nut. I'm just going to loosely tighten all of these, and then I can make any adjustments to get it as straight and even as possible, and then we can all tighten it at the same time. And for the front bracket, it's going to be the same thing, so we're going to have 4 bolts. I'm going to drop those in, and actually if our bars were any wider, I don't think that this would fit. And our bars are about 3 1/4 inches wide. So if your aero bars are wider than that, then this would not work for you. This isn't the easiest installation, but it's not the worst either. You don't need any tools. You just need the right angles on how to hold this stuff properly. But now that they're all on, we can go ahead and tighten them evenly. And once we have everything tightened down, you can see it's really secure, it's not shifting at all, and I'm moving the whole vehicle. And so now we're ready to throw our bike on there. We are just gonna lift this out of the way. For our Equinox here, it's just this little foam padding that's making a little contact with our roof here. I have a towel here. If you had this on a car, it might be hitting your rear windshield, so I would definitely keep a towel in your trunk or anything like that. Now we're just gonna throw the bike on. So when I first put this bike on here, I had a little bit of an issue where when I went to throw this front wheel mount on, it was way too high up there, so I just brought it back down and scooted it as far down as I can while still clearing the wheel and still able to reach. So from there, I can get a little step that mounts right here, jump up on there and tighten it down, but right now, it's not going anywhere as it goes somewhere. From there, we're just gonna mount the straps. I'm gonna go through the slot here. There we go. So if the spoke's in the way, then just try to turn your wheel a little bit so it clears. There you go. Now you're set to hit the road. And that does it for our look on the Malone Pilot roof-mounted bike rack on the 2020 Chevrolet Equinox.